it is nice to be back in the seat with you today, Janusz. We're going to be
Hi,
talking
Kate.
about Bayern Munich and all of their troubles. We're going to try and get to the bottom of it, and we're going to talk about the Premier League title race as well. But let's start with Bayern Munich, Janusz, because we've just seen 3 consecutive losses for Thomas Tuchel's men. Last time they had 3 consecutive losses was in May of 2015. They'd already won the title back then. So this, in the middle of a season, with everything that's going on, with Leverkusen now able to go 8 points clear of them in the Bundesliga table and level on games as well, might I add. What's going on with Bayern this year, Janusz? Just overall big picture to start.
Well, I mean, look, first and foremost, Bayern's biggest problem is Bayern Munich and the legacy and what they've done. It's simple as that. I mean, all of this was probably delayed by a season, right? Because of Dortmund gifts last year. I mean, it's funny, because we always seem that these teams will rebuild and will continue to do that. By the way, just about everybody I know wants Bayern to fail. Well, not to fail, but maybe to see somebody else for the benefit of everybody else in the league, and for the league maybe to be known by more than just Bayern Munich. But let's be honest here. I mean, they won 11 straight league titles. I mean, so what's wrong with Bayern? As I said, that rebuild is for everyone to see. It's the leadership is volatile. I think if you look at Bayern, what they need is maintaining. They don't need managers that come in trying to fight philosophy that works for a million years. And that's the issue, because, think about it. I mean, the Bayern issues have always been when you had, volatility of the Tuchel, Nagelsmann to some degree, although that was the right decision, as we know it now, we'd never know. And people like, say, Niko Kovac, right? I mean, all these people coming in and says, hey, I'm bigger than Bayern. I'm going to change things. And what happens? Nothing happens. You need the quietness of Carlo Ancelotti. You need the quietness of Hansi Flick, or, maybe Jupp Heynckes coming in, every so often and still getting it done. So I think that's the problem with Bayern. It's we see it with everybody. We've seen it with Barcelona, with Arsenal, with Manchester United. Real Madrid. Let's be honest. Real Madrid seems to be the only team in the past couple of decades that kind of continues to rebuild and are thereabout. But I don't see, other than what I've just mentioned. I just think that they need to make the right decision right now to get the manager that will find out if the leadership of the team is still there. The Kimmishes, the Goretzka, the Thomas Muller, who are fighting with the current manager. There are a couple other ones as well. And, when that happens, every club is at risk of maybe not winning or not doing well. We see that, right? So get it done. There's a lot of leaders that know how to win it. And I think Bayern Munich will do it. I don't think they'll do it this season, though.
So when you say get it done, though, are you putting the blame on Thomas Tuchel? How much of it, if you were to put it into a percentage?
Well, I'm putting this on the volatility, not just that. Let's not forget, right? I mean, there was a time not that long ago that Uli Hoeneß, Karl-Heinz Rummenigge, thought that Oliver Kahn maybe was the heir apparent, that he was going to come in and continue what Bayern Munich have done. But he's as volatile as we all know it. We remember as a player, maybe we found out some more, not being on the inside of the club, that he couldn't have been in charge of such a big club. And some of the managers that I've mentioned probably, just wanted to do more while everything is working. So Thomas Tuchel is guilty of that. We've seen it in other clubs. I mean, he's had issues.
No, Janusz. What about last season? It's not like it was fully working. They weren't totally convincing under Nagelsmann, were they?
Well, I mean, last time I remember, I mean, he won all the games in the group stage. Thomas Tuchel came in, got the job done with Borussia Dortmund, which promptly after that, he lost in the Pokal and was eliminated a week later from the Champions League by Manchester City. So, I mean, if we're going to give Thomas Tuchel credit for coming in January with Chelsea and saying, oh, what a great job in 6 months he did and win the Champions League, I'm not giving him any time here because, last year when he came in.
Problems were there before, though. Obviously, there's a part of it here that's to do with him, but it wasn't all rosy before he came in, was it?
No, it wasn't. But, I mean, he didn't have the magic wand, as we found out. And right now, as we see it, things don't go well. Of course, players are at fault. We can always say that. But I just don't think, after seeing Thomas Tuchel at Paris Saint-Germain and the issues, the dealing with the big egos, the issues that he had there at Chelsea, it makes me wonder now about these 6 months. I just don't know if he's the right man, because obviously they're fighting, and the key players don't want to play for him. Now, we always have to put on the players, but that's not how it works out. We all know it. I think if, remember when Hansi Flick came in, it was horrible. It was in 8th place, and, it looks like they were going to be out of it. Last time, I remember, Hansi Flick came in, and from that 8th or 9th place, whatever it was, not only did they win the league, but they also won the Champions League.
So I want to go a few ways with this.